Thomas the tank engine had been working all day. The little blue engine was covered in paint ever since he went to the paintworks. "We can't clean you up tonight, Thomas," said his driver. "There's a problem with the hose pipe." "Bother," said Thomas. "All I know is that I wanted a bath. Everyone will think that I'm silly." The engines were arguing about Thomas. James was talking the most of all. "I deserve a new coat of paint," he boasted to the others. "Sir Topham Hatt says that I'm the pride of the line." And "Rubbish," puffed Henry. "We all are the pride of the line," snapped Edward. "Why are you complaining all the time?" said Emily. "Probably something you shouldn't be hearing, Emily," snapped James. "This has been going like this all day," whispered Molly to Thomas. "James is getting a new coat of paint and won't stop boasting about it." "Why, James," said Thomas. "I'm the one who needs a new coat." "I'd rather not," retorted James. "You're not a pleasant sight, Thomas, and wouldn't understand the really needs of a good, important engine." Thomas was cross. The next day, when James was being repainted, Daisy had an accident. "If you can't push cars properly, Daisy, why not talk to a tree instead? You'll know how much you like the forest." "As a matter of fact, mister," said Daisy, "there's going to be a lot of trees Sir Topham Hatt is going to talk about. They'd be worried they might cause trouble." "Pah!" laughed James. "If I met a tree, I might just push it across." "Really?" said Daisy. Later, he was showing off his paintwork. "Make way for an important engine." "You wouldn't feel important if that tree crashed on you. You feel hurt," retorted Rosie. "Rubbish," huffed James. "It wouldn't dare." Rosie decided to say nothing and she puffed crossly away. Later, James collected his freight cars. "I'll show those silly old engines just what I can do," snorted James to his driver. "Careful," he said. "You're asking for trouble." But James said nothing and just said on. James didn't know that a tree trunk had bent up some rails. "Oh no!" cried James. His driver had applied the brakes, but it was too late. Luckily, no one was hurt. James knew she wasn't a spluttered red engine anymore. "Sir Topham Hatt is going to be cross with me," he groaned. And he was right. "You have been a very disobedient engine," said Sir Topham Hatt. "I am sorry, sir," said James. "In the meantime, Daisy will pull you out. So I hope you learned a valuable lesson," said Sir Topham Hatt. "Yes, sir," said James. But he didn't want to meet Daisy just yet. "Off the rails, isn't he?" "Ha ha ha," laughed Daisy. "No wonder why James teases so much." Daisy knew she was in a hurry. We're coming," she panted. At last, Daisy arrived. "Beep, beep, Big James. We'll have you out in a couple of pots." "Please hurry," said James. "I don't like this," he groaned. Then Daisy coupled up to James. The two engines were fastened between the two cables. With a heave and a haul, and a haul and a heave, Daisy put James back onto the tracks. Later, James spoke to Daisy. "Thomas and the others were so right to warn me. Thank you for saving me, Daisy." "Oh, no problem," said Daisy. "It's what we diesels do. Whenever you're in trouble, we come to help." Just then, Thomas arrived. "Sir Topham Hatt told me how strong you were, Daisy," said Thomas. "Yes, indeed," agreed Daisy. Then James spoke to Thomas. "Thomas, I'm sorry for teasing you and Daisy. I shouldn't have done that." "That's okay," said Thomas. "At least you've learned a lesson about teasing others," he said. Just don't let those freight cars tease you, said Daisy. And they let out a happy ending whistle.
Roblox, what will you build?